What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. We are here officially reviewing Anora, which came out yesterday in theaters around the US. Now, before we get into the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, make sure to follow me on all the social media pages, and without further ado, let's get into it. Already, as we enter this end of the year period, and there seems to be just either a movie that is great or an influx of movies that are bad, Anora is an excellent movie. I will just put that out there right before we go any further. Now, I remember seeing this trailer for the first time and instantly gravitated towards it because it seemed like there may be some funny moments, but it also seemed like there was going to be a lot of action that kind of offsets the romance that is involved. And that is definitely something that is present in this movie. This movie is following a stripper in Brooklyn who is kind of hired to dance. I say kind of, but she is, with a Russian oligarch and his son. And then ultimately she falls in love with the son. And what this story follows is really a Cinderella type storyline where a girl finally meets her quote unquote prince and is trying to live a happy life. When they get married and they continue on their life, they obviously will follow and have some issues that come up down the road. For example, the trailer really shows it. People are not happy about their marriage. And so they want to get it annulled and they want to go down that route, which leads to the chaos and the actions that are there. Now, looking at this movie, like I said, it is definitely one that I was interested in because with the trailer, and that's really where I'm looking at where my interest is, not reviews or pre-release articles. I want to see what the trailer is going to provide. And the one thing about this film is you do get a lot more action than you see in just the trailer. And I think that's what makes a movie like this entertaining. When you are able to see different sequences that you see in the trailer, you get to experience more of the storytelling and have it up front. Now, Anora is definitely one of those movies that I can see getting Oscar buzz. I've already read some of the reviews and some of them agree with me. And I feel like this is definitely a movie that is not going to get the recognition on the bigger scale than it should. Now, when you look at movies that are releasing this week, you have A Real Pain, you have Red One, and then next week, you have Wicked. So I feel like Anora may kind of slide under the table. But it is definitely a movie that is geared towards an older audience. When I say older, I mean don't take a 15-year-old to go see it. If you allow your kid to watch that kind of thing, go ahead. But it is definitely geared towards an audience of 20 to probably 35-year-olds, 40-year-olds. And I feel like it would fit what type of movie they want to see. Now, when we get into rating, when I look at my whole critique of what I think of a movie, was the audience there? Not really, but I did go earlier in the afternoon, so that doesn't really play much of a factor here. 2, did I enjoy watching the movie? Absolutely. Now, there are times where the dialogue seems repetitive and you kind of feel like you're getting the same thing over and over, but then it is met with something that will take your mind off the continuous dialogue and will create that action sense, which makes it interesting there as well. And then leaving the theater, like I said, I left this theater feeling like I didn't waste an afternoon. I felt that this is definitely a movie that is enjoyable. It is one that when it gets released, I will probably watch again. And so that's where I'm at on it. Now, when we get into rating, overall, I'm going to give this movie a 4.7 out of 5. Like I said, the only really drawback for me is I felt that some of the conversations and the dialogue seemed to be happening multiple times, not necessarily in the sense of the same the wording, but just the same kind of wording or the same kind of sequence that you saw earlier in the movie. But for me, Anora is out now. It is a 4.7 out of 5. Go check this movie out. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure to check out my Monday mystery movie review that will be coming out. Wednesday, we have Wicked that will be pre-released or early access. I have tickets for a 3D showing. I didn't even pay attention that it'll be 2 hours and 47 minutes long. But hey, that is all right. Make sure again that you hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for the continuous support. Go check out my other reviews, and I will talk to you all later.